Hello and welcome to the Cowboy4Game Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. I'm your host Jake. Today I'm joined by Brad from Braggio.
Hey!
And Kurt from Locals.
Second week in a row.
How was our week in Yu-Gi-Oh, Brad?
Bit of Master Duel. Finish off the season with Valmonica. And
How'd you do?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Plenty of gems. A lot of gems. That's all that matters.
Many games.
But yeah, I had one where I was like, I'm retired. I'm like, no. One more game with Val. Let's push it. And had a good run. Now let's never speak of them again. So is the thing that we talked about is the next game breaking archetype we expect to be released in Master Duel. Was that public knowledge?
No.
All right. I am waiting for a certain Mahjong deck.
Yes. Theoretically, we'll get some new archetypes soon because the most recent of the or the older ones of the selection packs are expiring in I think about 3 or 2 days. So very soon there will be some updates.
This week felt a bit light on Master Duel because I think they want us going to Duel Links.
Yeah.
And in that, I don't have as many gems as Ben.
Ben's
So
been grinding
I
on Duel
am
Links.
so it's like I'll do the daily stuff to try and get some gems up, but I haven't bought anything yet. I'm not sure how I'm going to approach this next iteration of Duel Links. It's just funny that I've got the Master Duel bug in the 1 week that there's no Master Duel content.
True. I mean, you get to save them for upcoming Chinese tile deck.
Yeah, whatever that may be.
I wonder what. Also, are we breaking the fourth wall and telling everyone that Ben's just there, or is he away?
No, he's around.
Okay. Ben's around.
Ben not well.
Unlike other couch guests where you can hear them, we will not be hearing Ben.
Yeah, we won't hear a fucking
His
beep from him.
Voices kaput.
I'll go on to my week because I
Yeah.
feel like your week's still more exciting. So, still on Lightsworn to Element. Still have hopes of making it better.
Yep.
Still have not made it better. Part of the reason is that like today in particular, I thought that we were doing
meant
the
draft.
draft or whatever
Yep.
it's called,
Sealed.
and then we got there and it wasn't.
Yeah, it was kind of wild. Like I went in and go, oh yep, cool. It's only packs. Like I'm tempted just to buy them and go, but I might play sealed. Nah, nothing.
Yeah. So apparently there's another 2 cases on the way to the store, but there was only... I think that's what he said.
2? Okay. I don't know. Ben said to get 1 more, but I don't know if he's getting 2.
I think he said 2.
Probably.
Okay.
I mean,
That'd be good.
should take as many as we can get, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll sell out in the exact same time frame. So really doesn't make a great deal of difference. Just means there's a bit more going around. But yeah, had the thought process that tomorrow/today, for you're listening, it's the public holiday. I've got some time aside. I'll actually sit down and make some tweaks to the deck because we won't need the deck on Sunday. Turns out I did need the deck today. Would have been nice to have made those changes. Here we are. But in saying that, for the hands that I opened, I think I played them relatively well. The only game that like had a hard brick, I would say, was against Luke. He like draw phase old more charming me, and all my hand was like the only real card I could play was a Luri, and like I didn't. In my head, I was like, I don't want to give him the draw. Should have given him the draw because it would have been a draw, and I could have at least set up some disruption. Instead, I thrusted for a dimensional barrier. And then set a Black Goat last that I'd also opened and passed the turn. And the Drytrons just put up AK damage very easy.
Yeah.
And to kind of slap some dudes on the board and
Big
off we
dudes.
go.
Yeah, no one can really explain how they do it. Science might find a way one day to say how they get game, but
Ben could. He knows every Drytron effect.
We keep goading him into speaking on the podcast. I don't think it's going to happen. And then in Master Duel, still playing Hawkest, still enjoying it quite a bit. It catches people off guard sometimes.
No one's ready for August.
Well, Orcus, like, people understand, get the stuff out of the graveyard so that you can't get pluses off it. The thing that most people don't see coming is the secret effective Gisu to make it a tuner, and then all of a sudden there's a Baron on the board because I'm also playing Bestials.
Also, I wouldn't know.
because quick Hawkers tutorial for you. So if you've opened the Imseti line, you like set up your King Sark, get your 2 rank 8s, pop them on the board, detach, summon. If you've got a way to Abystial and to get the Girsu, then you can do both. Like you get it so that your Zombie Vampire and your King Sark are setting up the column. You have to have a Mech Knight line.
head.
Yeah, because Girsu only becomes a tuner when it's in a Mech Knight line.
Sure. So you need to have a spell and the extra deck monster in the same thing.
Yeah. You need 2 other cards in the same column as him when he does his Foolish Burial effect.
Sure.
Yep.
So yeah, and it's either you make Baron or you make Dispater. So either is fine.
Oh my god, what a decision.
Do you play Chaos Angel?
No, I don't have to play Chaos Angel. I would, but I can't.
At the moment, I'm loving Chaos Angel.
I finally have a copy because I bought the Megatin version. I'd like to get an ulti at some point, but it's not a priority. But I've got the Priz Secret for the meantime.
I haven't even thought about Chaos Angel and bloody Master Jewel.
Oh, it's so
yeah, if you're playing a Chaos deck, it's just so free.
Yeah, I just haven't thought to make it yet because it hasn't come up. Probably should though.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at. So yeah, tomorrow make some tweaks and things. Kurt, how was your week?
I think I talked about last Sunday. Tuesday, went back in with Centurion and I put Bestials into it, which I've pretty much found the version I love. Bestials and Centurion, just being able to go into Chaos Angel off turn is stupid. How did I go Tuesday? Oh, Tuesday was a 2-round locals.
Yeah.
So the game against Ethan was Labyrinth. He deburied me about 4 times. I ended up winning in time. Not because of just slight hit. I hit him quite a bit in game 3 and he just couldn't get any damage on me. Round 2 versus Harry, and he was playing Rescue Ace Snake Eye Fire King.
Yep.
I don't know if it's Snake Eye, but it's Rescue Ace Fire. No, not Fire King. Rescue Ace
Snake Eye.
Yeah. That went to time, and we both drew, which then made the locals just be a 2-round locals with, I think, Ben winning.
Another Kurt Harry draw situation has fucked another tournament.
I need to put Gaga Cowboy in my deck.
Or just play Spooky Dog.
I already do.
That's a good reminder.
I play Spooky Dogwood and I couldn't draw into it. But Gaga Cowboy would have won me the game.
Yep. I had that in Master Duel. I'm playing Scraps at the moment. And
Why are you playing it in Master Duel?
because I don't want to build anything else until that deck comes out. And yeah, I had 7,900 with 2 level 4s on board. I'm like, why the hell aren't I running Cowboy? It's kind of what we're meant to do here. Nah.
Today, pre-release of Rage of the Abyss. I had end up buying a case. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But for today's...
Talk about it now.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying how I went.
Okay.
Today, I thought it was going to be draft format, which
Sealed.
ended up not being, and my deck wasn't ready. Versus Lucas in round 1, he ended up just seeing every piece that he needed with Kashtira. And then versus Jake in round 2, game 1, he baited all my hand traps to then just activate Grass and goes full combo everything again. Game 2, I set up my board, he goes through every combo, and then I keep the Ash for the last interaction and stop his other Grass that he drew in his 57 card deck.
I was so upset. I was so upset.
And then in game 3, I mistakenly did not Ash his card destruction, but then it gave me Nib Effect Veiler Ogre, which then he was still able to play through. I Effect Veilered his Toads, so then I nibbed him. He's then just got into Moon and go Fiendsmith combo, which stopped me because I didn't have a card starter.
No, you didn't. You hadn't evenly matched.
I hadn't evenly matched with your Desiree ready to negate it, and I was like, yeah, I can't really do much here. Drew Gargoyle, which is a brick. But anyway, I left after that because I just didn't want to play anymore.
And because you had your case
I had
opening.
my case, yes.
So he'll give you a recap at this point, but the box openings are on NolanTCG if you wish to rewatch.
The case was overall decent, and the very first box was the very best pull. I ended up pulling a QCR Molchami, which I was very happy, very excited. But for the next 10 boxes, I only pulled one Deception. And pretty much like 3 of every other secret besides the Charmy. And Lovely Load. But in the last 2 boxes, I ended up getting 1 Charmy in each box. So
He's got a playset of Charmy.
secured my playset.
Not a rarity match, though.
Yes.
Did you mean Lordly Load?
Yeah.
Okay.
He
What did I say?
he
You
said,
said,
Lovely
you said
Load.
Lovely Load. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Lovely Load. No. Whatever. I don't care what the card is. I'm happy I've got my playset of Charmies. Ended up, I got 3 QCRs in the case. I got the Centurion one, which I'm very happy because it's the deck I'm playing at the moment. And then I got the Mermail Woman. I don't know.
Mermail.
Mermail?
Yeah.
Which, whatever. I got a Charmy. I can't be any more disappointed. But yeah, that's
Can't be any.
pretty much my week.
Yeah. Go get the other QCR. Place it at QCR time.
I'm not spending another 1,400.
But then you sell the 2 Charmies that you have, and it's only
Yeah.
1,000.
Yeah.
Nah.
Just rob,
I will sell the
rob
QCR, have money extra, and buy the 3rd.
I mean, chances are Tom will want to buy whatever deck you play.
From the same box is
anyway.
so like it's the most Tom shit
Well,
ever.
actually, the
It
question
really
is,
is the most Tom shit, isn't it?
can I work out with Tom where I give him my 2,
Probably.
eventually do a trade there, get the 3rd QCR?
Look, Tom's a
Maybe.
negotiating man, but also he might have already sold it by now.
That is true.
That is true. It has been online. But it seems relatively common. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's just that no one, because people have pulled a QCR, that they have no interest in just the one
Yeah.
and see it as this one card equals 3.
Oh, it's the goal. It's a golden ticket. Like
Yeah. Anyway,
move. Yeah,
Case good.
he's set for
Thank
YCS.
Well, it might get hit by then. It might get hit.
I don't think they're hitting a Molchami between now and YCS.
There's going to be one ban list.
Might be reprinted between now and YCS.
Yeah, they'll want to get some.
Imagine
reprints
they
out.
reprint it in Bonanza.
That'd be amazing. I would.
That would be
I would go
like
so in on Bonanza if they reprinted it.
that would be like even worse than Dark Destroyer.
I mean, one thing I will say is that at the very least, it's going to get reprinted in next year's tins.
yes.
So
still
that's
so far
something.
away.
It is still far away, but it is at least something to look forward to. Because I can't remember at the time, did they reprint Ash in the tins?
Yes. Ash Blossom?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the
was
2022
original-
tins.
No, we're talking the first
The
year of Ash.
original tin.
Oh, sorry.
Like the
Okay.
original time frame. I can't remember if it did.
I don't think it did.
God,
I think 2022
that's a no.
were the
No.
only tin reprints.
Yeah, wasn't it only? Well, didn't they put in the pack, not
Ben
the
has
tins? They
given
put in
us
that. They did the short
an
print
action.
super version of it.
So I guess there is that to consider as well. That they, although I say they will put it in the tin, there's every chance they don't put it.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
no, it all depends on if I buy it or not.
Well, you also,
Okay, you're sentenced to not having it, so the rest of us can have it in the tins.
Well, it's also, you look back at last year's tins, I think they missed out on Tear and Sprite, didn't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
But that was that?
Yeah, well, that's because they'll follow the old release thing of like, oh, it was in the January, like not January, in the February pack, so we can't print this stuff here, and then they didn't.
And then they
And now Snake Eyes has pretty much thrown that out the window, right?
We've not had Tier Element reprints.
No.
No,
one.
well,
Other
no,
than
no.
the-
Other
There's
than
the field
Tier
spell.
Cash and the field spells.
Yeah, but arguably, you
We-
could argue that those are like the more necessary ones. There's probably enough of the rest of them going around that it's
I
like,
guess
yeah,
they did
okay.
get an OTS super reprint, but like,
Yeah,
Hope we get QCR Shiren in Bonanza.
that'd be cool. Useless, but
CCO
cool.
of each one.
Yeah. Just go
Besides
for it.
Rhino, because Rhino has an ulti.
Yeah, Rhinos. Can't fuse with Rhino.
You know what?
Well, you can.
Give a QCR of each of the boss monsters. So like Kaleido, the Manadian one. Well, they can't do a Rise Heart, but just for that lore to finish what the planets did, give a QCR of each boss monster.
Yeah.
I mean, Rukolos got one.
Yeah, but that's not the boss monster. That's just Kikalo's mummy.
Moving on.
Who
So
likes that?
no. So last week we had the conclusion of YCS Lille. So I have the top 32 breakdown here. We have 34% Fiendsmith Ubel, 16% Tempai, 9% in Runic and Chimera, 6% Lab, 6% Ritual Beast, and 19% Other. I think at least one or two of those was Pearly. As for the rest of it, I cannot recall.
There was 2 White Forest Runics, I think.
I mean, I imagine those are in the Runics, yeah?
Oh, sorry. Did you say Runics? Yeah.
Yeah, 9%.
My bad.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
YCS without Snake Eyes. We're never going to see it again this year.
You don't reckon? Even with the Azamina stuff coming?
That's what I'm referencing. That this is the only
Yeah.
time. This is the
Sure.
only one we're going to have a break.
Okay, I misunderstood.
Yeah, kind of a useless
I
tournament.
turned off the stream after like top 8
There was also
Yeah.
YCS Chile, which I had no idea was happening.
Lay.
because they put Rika on cam, and I was just like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm too bored to watch this whole
God
combo
damn
go out
Europe.
just for him to win in time again.
Like, I know plants. Can we just? It's almost the other way. Like, I get that they see, oh, plant deck, let's feature on stream because it's hard. It's like, no, we're sick. Like, we are now sick of this. Just give us a Ubel mirror, please.
Like, if you have
Val,
to put a plant match up on the stream, when it becomes their turn, just cut to guess a card until they've set up until they've set up their board. It's
Guess which card they're
it's
going to
more
bring out
entertaining.
next.
It's more entertaining to watch guess a card than it is to watch Rika tribute a bunch of shit. It's so boring.
Yeah, it was pretty ass. Goddamn Europe.
As much as it was sad to hear, when Jess had announced that she wasn't going to be participating in like high level stuff anymore,
You
I
thought was that
kind of
would- yeah.
hoped that like the deck would fall off.
We'll never see it again.
That because she wasn't there to innovate and like progress the community, the people would just like progress over to
The seed has been planted,
No.
as it were,
Yes.
and now it will overrun Europe.
Yeah. And it's only going to get worse with the lovely load, as some people call it.
Yeah, the new
because
pre-mint stuff.
now the vanilla effectively has like 9 copies in the deck.
Yeah. Let's get some more American streams, please. The Americans won't touch that shit.
Yeah, the Americans don't like that.
I love that. What a game we have. The Chimera stuff is cool. I appreciate the duels that went, oh, well, Snake Eyes sucks at the deck for this tournament. Oh, Fiendsmith works completely fine in this, which it does. I might be about to...
Remy's in your pantry.
Hey, Ratatouille! Yeah. Props to the Chimera players, even though we're not going to see that deck again for a little bit. Oh,
Azamina goes with it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah, but not as well as Snake Eyes.
doesn't matter.
Not a little.
I mean, by that logic, no one's going to play anything else because nothing can be as good as
So
Snake
the
Eyes.
problem is that
I guess the branded people are moving to it as well.
yes, branded
'Cause,
people are
yeah,
moving to
branded
Chimera.
Fusion at 1, I need more Fusion cards.
Yeah, then you got Azamina is yes, it's a 1-card starter for Snake Eye, but you still
Plus,
only
they're just a
have
1-card
one
negate.
Poplar and one Ash. Like you still have the same problem.
Well, actually, no, 1 Poplar is pretty rough. 1 Ash is fine.
They still have the same problem. So the thing is, they're going to get Azamina, Fire King, Snake Eye, which then Fire King has bricks.
We've
so
got
does
3
Azamina.
Wandons still. We're fine.
I know. I'm just
Well, you're fine. I'm so far away from that deck now. Shift to deck. I
yeah.
was about putting Horus in it. Then I'm like, oh wait, that's right. I've got Shifter. Ugh.
Just activate that and then get rid of the
Yeah.
stuff you do.
Don't do both.
I'm looking forward to a time frame where I can, like, when Malice is out, and I can flick between playing a shifter deck and a non-shifter deck.
Yeah.
Just to keep people on their toes. Will Jake be added by shifter today? No, we won't.
I'm pretty curious to see how, because no one's keen on. I've even Raziel.
Raziel, and that's been doing
There's one person.
quite.
Yeah, like I've heard, most of us are keen for the not good deck.
Well, I think
that.
Malice is still okay.
Oh yeah, Malice is great.
I just think
So there's a couple things with that, right? Is Malice is interesting.
Yeah.
Raziel is just an Xyz deck, and I feel like Xyz decks have been somewhat Polluted's probably not the right word, but like in your mind, because you're always referring to other decks that are Xyz decks, it's either not exciting enough or it can't be as good as the best Xyz deck we've ever had, which is Zodiac. And we still don't have a Zodiac because Dryden came back for like a cameo in Tri-Brigade format, and then they fucked it off again. So there is potential that Raziel will do quite well, and like the OCG has shown that it can do quite well. But part of that as well is that Raziel plays really well under Maxi and or the
Both of them.
yeah, the other ones.
mod.
Yeah.
So whereas like Malice doesn't.
Because it's special summons a lot.
Because it has to, like a Cyberse deck, it has to special summon a lot. So that is a difference that we could see between the TCG and OCG, similar to how Sprite did better in the OCG at first than Tier Element did. Similar to how Unchained did nothing in the OCG and here it was a Tier 1 deck.
We'll see.
We shall see.
0.
Master Duel.
I miss Unchained. Yeah, just quickly with Master Duel, not much going on. As you said, they may be holding off on a lot of updates because of the hype around Duel Links at the moment. But they have added 2 new assets for us this week. The Call by the Grave icon.
I like these.
And the Call by the Grave icon surround, which is a deluxe icon. So the little wavy things will do their thing.
I'm tempted to shift from the Cherry Blossoms.
Roll the tape where we said that it never changed from Ash Blossom.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was going to look this good. I knew it was going to look alright, but looking at last night, I'm like, that's tempting. It is a tempting gem purchase. We'll see how many Mahjong pieces I acquire from my gems before I then... If I have less than 700 left...
We are about due for another solo mode as well, so that's potentially another 200 gems.
It is 60 gems.
It is quite cheap.
It is very cheap.
Oh, I don't know why I thought it was 600.
No. 60.
Oh, 60.
So
Okay, fine.
The
I'll do
icons
that.
and the icon surrounds are always fantastically cheap. You're probably thinking of a mate.
No. I was looking at that, but also I was...
Grave mate. I just wanted to like just be a mound of dirt, and then when you press it, it just goes.
I always think of the hand in the Zelda toilet when I look at that.
What did you just say?
Did you say Zelda toilet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta give them the title deed. Spoilers.
Moving on, we have some announcements for Supreme Darkness. For whatever reason, this time around when they're announcing this set, they've decided to announce the generic kind of borderline pack filler stuff first. So the first one that we got this week is Tempura of Chance.
Which has nothing to do with Gunkin, right? No.
So it's a level 3 fire, aqua. So the level's wrong, but everything else is looking right because it's also a vanilla. But it is a pendulum and has a pendulum effect.
What's the pen scale number?
8. So, you can target 1 card in your pendulum zone, toss a coin, and if the result is heads, special summon the card, or if the result is tails, destroy it, and if you do, you lose life points equal to its pendulum scale times 300.
That's great.
Huh?
Wait, either special or destroy? There's heaps of pendulum cards you can make that work with. This card's great.
No. The card is awful.
Imagine if we had this in Magicians.
An argument
If you can
could
guarantee
be made.
heads.
6 years ago.
An argument could be made if it was level 4
Yeah.
that you might play it. But the fact that it's level 3 just makes it so...
Level 3 what?
Level 3 fire aqua.
Level 3 aqua. Not even level 2 aqua.
Like,
Why is it aqua? It's tempura.
Because it's fish.
Yeah.
It's cooked fish. So the aqua acts as the fish and the fire acts as...
Yeah. So the fire's the theory bit. Yeah, sure.
Yes.
I feel like it should have been water attribute pyro.
I feel like it should have been better. This is awful. Terrible card.
Jake don't like it.
It's just like, why are we getting this now?
No, I don't know.
Why do we need to know about this right now?
I don't even know what's
big
going
on
on.
I have looked at the so far release cards. There's a lot of blank space. There's whole ass archetypes that need to be announced, and they're giving us Tempura of Chance.
Yep.
Fuck off. Useless to me. Other generic cards that have also been
more
announced.
junk.
Although they say generic, they just didn't want to name them for the archetypes that they're clearly supposed to support.
Yeah.
So there's a sea serpent, which I couldn't give a fuck about.
I've got to look into what the aim of this card is meant to be. So it's like meant to be like the anti all of it's because it's dark, yeah, Dark Sea Serpent.
It is a
yeah.
dark-
So I feel like those are the three. It's gonna tie into it pretty well, but also since it's not named, it is not good.
Yeah. Like the other thing they could have done is just make it another. I was going to say Levier. That's not it. Leviathan.
I mean, Leviathan's already in the other archetype, so making that a Leviathan would be wrong.
Yeah, but anyway, this card's bad, so I'm not going to read it. We've got Template Skipper. So this is Cyberse, meant for Malice, but not named Malice. Special summon this card from your hand
Level
to a
1.
zone a Cyberse link monster points to. It is a level 1 Dark Cyberse, 0 attack and defense. During your main phase, banish one Cyberse monster from your hand or graveyard, and if you do, when you link summon this turn, you can treat this card as link material with the same name as the banished monster.
So cool.
So
it's cool.
It basically treats itself as a Malice and then banishes another Malice to get your combo going.
So, are these 3 cards for all archetypes and crossover breakers?
Yes.
Yes, they're just not named as
okay,
such.
so that's Sea Serpents for the
Yeah.
The Sea Serpent's for the bad one.
the Pokemon kind of stuff.
Yeah, the Rayquaza, but not Rayquaza.
Oh, hello.
Breaking the fourth wall.
Been hearing noises. It just turns out Seb's here.
Yeah, but Seb wasn't in the pantry.
Wasn't
He could have been.
He wasn't, though, was he? Anyway, the last of these generic cards, Twins of the Eclipse. So 2 level 4 monsters. For this card's Xyz summon, you can treat rank 4 monsters you control as level 4 monsters for material. And you can only use the second effect once per turn. Detach a material from this card. This card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase this turn.
Oh, monsters.
Yeah. If this card sends to the graveyard, target 2 other rank 4 or lower Xyz in your graveyard. Special summon 1, and if you do, attach the other to it as material.
Ooh.
Sent to the graveyard just from anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So even if you detach as material,
Restrictions, who needs those?
detach it from Zeus.
They're like deep barriers.
Link it to something bad because you've bricked. I don't know how that would happen if you're in that position, but
If you detach it with Zeus and then bring back Dweller and something, that'd be pretty funny.
that'd be fucked. Fuck that. And then, for a brief moment, we were concerned that we weren't going to be getting this as a actual singular product, instead split up against other stuff that we'd have to then buy. But good news for the TCG, we have the announcement for the Blue Eyes structure deck, White Destiny. So it's going to be releasing on February 7th, so it's going to be live for our YCS, pending any changes. And so far, we haven't got the full announcement.
Wait, live
We
on the
know-
7th? That's weird. Yeah, kick on.
So we know that it's going to be 50 cards in there, but we don't know what those cards are.
50?
But for the first time for the TCG, to celebrate their 25th anniversary, a limited number of decks will include 1 of 3 special quarter-century secret rare cards, offering an extra layer of collectible shine to your pool.
Oh, it's 1 of 3?
1 of
Yeah.
3.
Okay,
So it'll just be-
the Xyz, the Link, and the Synchro.
More than likely. So if
And
you get
then-
the Xyz, you'll be very upset.
Yeah. Hopefully it's guaranteed 1 per structure deck.
Well,
A limited number of decks.
we're buying our structure decks, boys.
I need the Synchro.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
You need to let some glitter go from your life.
No!
Not everything can be QCR.
You can get
My
a,
Centurion QCR.
You'll be a lot happier if you just let go a little.
you better get a common Moltrummy from this too.
Oh yeah, like we're gonna get a fucking common Moltrummy.
Just saying.
Do you know how fair that would make the YCS if everyone who bought 3 of these structure decks also gets the
No,
best
I'm
hand trap?
talking the other Moltrummy, not the new one.
Yeah,
Oh, I mean, I'm still taking it. I still don't have a playset of the bad one.
I mean, you only need one now. Well,
No, in tier, it can be a piece. So you can still play.
'Cause it's
oh, so yeah,
Because it's
go all the way
Aqua.
out.
Aqua.
Yeah, they've got to cut Max C for something. Also, they only said 1 effect Veiler, so in one of the
Oh, in the OCG they got 2.
yeah, they said one of the tweets from
I think it's...
it wasn't the English account; it was a different one. Said there's going to be 3 of the Sage, and then listed the other hand traps that we know. So
It's-
Ashen's stuff is still in
It's
there.
Ash, Nib, Imperm, Effect Feather, right?
Yeah, but they didn't say how many of each, which is interesting.
That's such a good structure deck to start with.
Yeah,
100%.
this will be a very good deck.
If you're trying to get into Yu-Gi-Oh, this structure deck is probably a very good one to get into.
It's just always going to be Blue Eyes, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Which is fine. Well, maybe I'll play a Blue Eyes for a YCS again.
One of these days, Dark Magician needs some love.
Well,
They can use the Blue. I mean, Loz has been using the Blue Eyes link.
Yeah, I know, but it's like only because of this small sliver of interactivity. Because it's like, oh, you can use a level 4 or lower spellcaster.
Oh, link 1.
Yeah.
Get my rod off the field.
Get my rod off.
Yeah, so that's coming out just before YCS. So if Blue Eyes has any potential for meta relevancy, this would be the time.
I'm tempted to run it back. Oh, with the Dragon rules are back too. Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Blue Eyes Dragon rules?
Yeah, like I did for my first YCS.
What's that trap? This is super agent organism. Is it both fields cannot have level
Correct.
6 or... Yeah, okay, I can't use it.
You can have them, you just can't activate their effects or attack.
Use that today against Harry.
You can't activate.
Neither player can activate the effects of level 6 or higher monsters or attack with level 6 or higher monsters.
There's still attacks. No. That's not good for me.
Yeah, no, you can't sit there with your Blue Eyes having your opponent skill drained.
Blue Eyes. I want to sit there with my level 12s. You can't.
God knows what you're going to do if they ever ban this deck. You'll be emotionally and financially
I'll be gone.
corrupted, like just completely gone.
Then I've realized why I like the deck.
Whammon.
No. Interaction on the opponent's turn.
Play more hand traps, bro.
That's my problem, is that I don't. In other decks that I play, I don't. But the reason why I love this deck so much is because I get to interact with the board while you're doing your combo.
Play Altergeist.
Oh yeah, interactive.
Infirm Faker.
But anyway,
God.
yeah.
I'm so glad that deck never popped off and it got a support. I fucking hate it. I hate it so much.
It's just worse Salamander grade at this point.
I mean, yeah, at this point. Just quickly as well, just before... well, actually, two more pieces of news. So we got some more information about the Quarter Century Bonanza. They released a little press thingy. So we know that we're getting an alternate art of House Dragon Man. It looks really bad.
No reaction.
Yeah, no, he knows what it looks like. Looks like we're getting Platinum's Secret of Super Poly.
Yeah,
As seen in the Rarity Collection 2. So we're getting...
I'm honestly surprised we don't have an alternate art of Promethean.
So Prismatic Style Ultimate Rares with Promethean, which again we already knew.
There you go.
Prismatic Style Collector's Rares, highlighted for Diablo Star. And then for the cards that will be in the 200 card slot, we know 3 now, which will be Dark Paladin.
Not the good Dark Paladin art either.
Is that not the
What
good
do you
one?
mean?
No, I like the other.
That's original, is it not?
I prefer the other one.
Oh, okay. I like that
I'll
one.
have to double check. I can't remember what the other art looks like. Elemental
It's his whole
Hero
body, right?
Flame Wingman.
No, it's only his his mid shot upper half.
And Drill Warrior.
Yeah,
Everyone hated it, and then we realized it was good for Edison.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Like I saw as soon as I saw that, going, cool. We're doing Edison stuff.
I was going to say, if you have a 200 pool legacy of QCR, surely you're just going to cater to your Time Wizard format. Surely. Yeah, no, I prefer the other one.
I like that one.
Ugh,
That was the one I grew up with.
that's the one I grew up with.
I'm sorry. Then, good for you.
Yeah, it is. Very good for me.
I'm younger.
Yeah, you are. There's an old dog with his Dark
I'm
Paladin.
hoping they reprint Monarchs.
Yeah, we need QCRs of all the
QCR
Monarchs.
would be very
All
good.
of them. Every single one.
Every
Even
single
Delg.
one.
Who the fuck is Delg?
It saves me forking out money.
Is that the Earth one?
No, Dark.
Huh?
Dark. Grandma's the Earth one. How dare you?
Wait,
Yes.
there's 2 Dark Monarchs?
Yes.
Yes.
Damn, even in those days they loved Dark Oak.
No, Delg was
there's-
Delg was way after.
There's 2 of every single one, right?
I could not tell you any more water ones than Mobius.
Maybe not the water one then.
Because
Because I know Flounder East played the
you
water
got
one.
Kuraz and Zaborg. So there's 2 light shoot ups.
Whereas,
Bless.
oh, there are, yeah. Okay, thematically it makes sense. Okay, yep, sure. And then literally just before we started this podcast, I noticed that there's a new bit of support coming out for a briefly mentioned archetype.
Yeah.
Being Materia Actor.
Yeah.
So for the ones that know, Materia Actor was like a 2-card bit of archetype that was announced. Would have been, I think, just before the Battles of Legend with the last QCRs. Like it was like a good year and a half, 2 years ago. It was just a level 3 that summoned itself in a vanilla, and then a rank 3 that didn't do much of anything. So it was kind of forgettable at the time, but it has now been expanded upon in Supreme Darkness. Basically, it's all rank 3 / level 3 monsters that all revolve around having normals in play. So potentially could work in with the new Lovely Load. Or just vanillas in
it's a
general.
TCG exclusive.
Yeah. So the OCG have decided, no, we're going to finish what you started.
Again.
Still not great.
Oh, okay, so they haven't double helixed it?
No. Like, it's not
Oh my God, this keeps getting
awful.
worse.
It's just not great. Yeah. At first, I thought I was going to read through them all, and I've decided I'm not.
Yeah. I wasn't going to mention these to you.
I was just like, at least we got something.
We're doing our due diligence.
Yeah, just giving the people. I was about to
If
say
you
what
ever
they
hear
want,
us to,
but
if you
people don't want this.
If you ever want us to elaborate, questions in the YouTube description or wherever else we get our questions. Where do we get them?
We get them from our Discord. If you went aware, the link will be in the description below. Feel free to jump in, say hi, and ask us some questions,
Maybe
such
Ben's
as
a problem.
6R6 has.
Hey.
His first question this week is, what is your favourite breakfast dish / meal?
Oh, I mean, leftover pasta is number one.
This is a
if I'm gonna
problem.
lie.
I don't have breakfast.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I am not usually having breakfast. My usual breakfast is coffee.
Yeah.
But,
I could tell you what my worst breakfast is.
I mean, that's not the question.
Sitting right there.
Oh, sure. I mean, that is also Bragg's breakfast, to be fair.
Oh, yeah. Not anymore.
No?
You haven't picked up on this?
No.
I haven't.
Are you being a healthy boy?
You haven't had them in like 4 months.
Oh, my God.
That's why I'm the fucking G Fuel.
Ah.
It's the sodium.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how old I am, boy. I'm wearing on my heart.
When and if I do have breakfast, my favourite thing to have, because it'll generally be at a restaurant, is New York pancakes. So basically pancakes with bacon and maple syrup.
Anything
I'm
halloumi?
not concerned about my
I'm more
heart.
of a sweet
I'm about to
pancake.
die. I had pancakes this morning, actually, but there was no bacon.
I was about to
This
make
morning.
pancakes, but then
Why didn't you bring any?
Fuck you!
we could make pancakes now and
Poor
take them.
fucking QCR charming, and you're like, I want you pancakes too. Go fuck yourself.
We can make, if you want pancakes, we can make pancakes.
I'll trade you. I'll bring you pancakes
Nah.
in exchange for your QCR.
Nah.
That's right.
Unless you make $700 worth of pancakes, maybe.
Oh,
Well, firstly,
here we go.
we're gonna go to Pancake Parlor at peak time and order 6 servings of mid. That'll get you $700. Yeah. I've got on cereal, the little oat bars and the yogi. Oh, the Yo Pros. I've been onto them. I'll have like a little oat bar and then have it with some yogurt.
Just like plain ass yogurt, or did you get like the
No. Oh no, the little. Fuck. What do you? Not satchels.
tub?
No, fuck. I can't. I'm not. I don't fuck with tubs. No, pouches. The yogurt pouches.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So it's
See,
just.
I only have those when I'm about to drink.
I like how collectively a bunch of us have gone. Let's revert to toddler, and just have yogi pouches about.
We never had yogurt pouches when I was younger.
Like it's. I'm glad enough of us are out there that I'll just fuck with it.
Spoons? No.
Because it takes me forever as well. So like I'll have the oat bar a little bit, and then I'll just put it in. Like I'll take it down the car as I'm driving to work and be like.
So
Well,
rather than like prepping your coffee of a morning and drinking coffee like
You don't have to clean anything.
adults, you're just sitting there with your
My
little
little
yogi
yogi
pouch
pouch.
in the traffic.
Yeah.
You cut me off, you bastard!
This has happened, yes. My hands were and just bracing my teeth, going.
Yoga pouch in my head, flipping the bird in the other.
Yeah.
Oh, that is phenomenal. Here's next question, 606, I should say. What moment in your Yu-Gi-Oh career is your favorite, i.e., completing a deck in a certain rarity, best placement in a tourney, chasing down some obscure cards for a collection?
Oh, God, I should have pre-read these. Come on, you're young. You should be able to remember before me.
Oh, I know what mine is. I was just
there we
looking. Mine would be topping our states.
Yes, that was the last chance you had, right? Or am I thinking? No.
Wrong states. But yes, I did. So that would have been one of them. My first year actually playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The last chance I could ever get my invite for Oceans, I ended up topping 32 to get my invite for that. That was good. But my one that I really liked was same states, but I ended up top 16 in it with Centurion. Surprise. But yeah, it wasn't... Back then we did have King Calamity, which made it a lot easier, but I really enjoyed the deck and topping it was pretty good. First ever top,
First of many.
hopefully.
I forgot. Double Cowboy to win this fucker.
Oh, yeah.
For audio listeners, the Dark Rebellion, Exodus Dragon.
Yes, he got what he wanted.
Trampolinix, bounce. And yeah, 2 Cowboys in the extra and Cleese. That was the play in 2014. Nearly 10 years.
Yeah, jeez.
Is that what this whole thing is about? The channel name?
Lightly.
Okay. Because I've just never known.
No, I mean, kinda. Not really. Little. There was many team names before this one.
There's been a few.
I've only known the one.
Cyber Falcon 420.
Mine. Oh Christ. Mine was. This was a little while ago now, and I wish they kind of still did it. When I competed in the GG championships. I can't remember what it was called. I'm sure it was called something else, but that's about what it was.
Super Series,
GG
5K.
So for a very brief time, literally twice, I think, GG's ran like their own sort of separate tournament series, separate to like YCSs and regionals and stuff. And
okay.
if you won at store level, you went to the states one. If you won the states one, you went to the national one. So I think I came second at the store level, and then I came third at state level.
Yep.
And because of that, I went to the national one. The national one was held in Melbourne that year, and it was held in PAX. So I got a 2-day pass to PAX. I got flights, accommodation, all paid for.
Sick.
And then because my brain is dumb, I came fourth at states, at nationals rather.
I'm guessing you didn't do something correctly. Is that why you're calling yourself dumb?
Yeah. I got into my head too much in like the deciding match as to whether I was in top 3 or not. But like still a phenomenal experience, still very happy with how I did. Yeah, I wish they had that series back, but unfortunately Yu-Gi-Oh! For anyone other than Konami is not profitable, so they don't run it anymore.
That's true.
Makes me very sad.
Yeah.
Next question is from a new listener, Reckless Red, or Reskless Red? Sure. What is your best or most recent comeback / turnaround to win a match?
I mean, it's definitely not recent, but a number of years ago, I had someone set up a pretty intimidating board with, I'm going to say Black Wings, but there's a few negates, and there's a little bit there, and with arms crossed goes, love to see how you get over this.
Oh.
And yeah, completely dismantled push for RTK. That was...
You love that, when people are like...
You can't pull that shit with Blackwing. It's like, you don't have the complete recursion Like, you have 3 negates there and like a 1 towers. That's not enough.
Mine would be against friend of the podcast, Michael Angel Duke.
Oh, yeah.
So I was versing him at Nationals in, I think it was 2018, maybe 2019. I can't remember what year it was. But anyway, he'd set up a Sky Striking board with Mystic Mind, my favourite. I was playing Pendulum Orchest, and I'd had to pass a few turns because I was like building up to like try and play without the Mystic Mind on the board. Because like he just had, I think it was a Kaina and the Mystic Mind. So he was the one under the Mystic Mind lock at the time. So I was like trying to see if like I could get a board wipe or something just so that I can play through. And I'm going to see if I can remember this as best I can. But I think like he was activating Sky Striker spells as well so that he was up on life. So I was like getting towards the end of the game as well. Like I think we literally had minutes. I think what I ended up was and got Dragon Oath, I think it was, the level 8 one.
Yeah, let's go with 8.
I think it is.
Might be 7.
One of the vanilla one anyway.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different oath then. Yep, kick on.
So anyway, it's one of the 2. There's like 2 vanilla ones. One's the level 4 Earth, which was like early days of Pendulum. You used Rescue Rabbit to summon the 2 of them to go into Electromine. But I'm thinking of the other one. Anyway, I put that one in the scale because its effect is when you have another magician in your scale, you can discard a card to pop a spell and trap. So I do that, pop the Mystic Mind by sending a Dark Worm.
Yep.
I special the Dark Worm, search a scale. Normal summon Denko Sekka. So all the Sky Striker spells are offline.
Denko Sekka.
Combo, borrow sword, punch some things, set up a negate, and then one with like literal seconds. I think I got into the battle phase just before time was called.
Nice.
So that was my crowning moment. And to this day, I still haven't lost against Michael Duke.
Hey!
I find to be very good because he is an excellent
Even in
player.
tag matches?
I don't know if I've ever actually versed them in tag matches. I think like they're always in a different like side of the bracket, I guess you could call it.
Yeah. You had a good come from behind? Answer the question, Kurt.
Yes. I don't think I've had one. Like, I think the only thing is maybe against Jono at States, which it wasn't really a comeback, but it was just a game that he went first in game 3 and it was getting close to time, and I think he was playing Tenpai while I was playing Centurion, and then he just had seals and all that, but me drawing Ash for turn kind of stopped him, and then I was able to punch for game. But yeah, I haven't really had one.
There's time. There's
Yeah.
so much time. 6R6 asks another question. What do you think is the biggest influence? I'm just reading it as it's written.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is the biggest influence driving the price of cards at the moment compared to previous formats? Is it the age of players, disposable income, fear of missing out, or something else?
Rarity and lack of product.
Yeah, so particularly in Australia at the moment, like you obviously have a lot less product, but probably like per capita more demand for that product, arguably speaking. So like once a set comes out, it sells out within like the first month of release.
What other cards are overpriced in the format at the moment?
Well, SP is still expensive.
Engravers.
Engravers is still expensive.
They're not overpriced though. Engravers seem...
Engravers are still $150.
Yeah, which is by...
I'm
Buy
happy
it.
to pay that, but
Yeah.
for a lot of people out there, it's like, I can't play the meta deck because I don't have that money to do that.
But that seems to be situation... 150 for Engraver seems to be situation normal though. Like as a card game, Yu-Gi-Oh probably needs to have a hard look at itself and go, we probably shouldn't be doing this. But for the most part, it doesn't seem to be different, so I'm not sure if there's a trend we can really predict. I can tell you about Fuosa though.
It's just
max, like, yeah.
it's Max C.
Yeah, it's a new staple that most decks we'll need 3 of.
It's a new staple that every other secret in the deck, besides maybe 1 or 2, will be. We'll see. Deception is probably played in the Azamina decks and Snake Eye. The new Impulse card is played in some decks. Every other secret. Oh, the Fire King secret's played in Snake Eye. Everything else is just cheap because it's not as good as those other decks.
What's amazing is Storm of Ragnarok is what had Maxi and the Samurai cards in there. And here we are with a new Maxi and Samurai cards, and the prices are all flipped. If not completely disparaging. I mean, they were Maxis were not that expensive in the beginning.
Oh, no.
And all the Samurai cards were,
back there you didn't spend
the Kazams were 50 each.
Times.
Shien was like 60. So with inflation, we're talking $80, $90 cards there-ish. So maybe prices are a little bit out of whack. I mean, also then there's demand, and as you're right, we're all getting older, our paychecks are getting a little bigger.
But so's all the bills.
Yeah.
So many bills.
Yeah.
Well, that is also the thing. Is like, does bills going up make these cards cost more because?
Well, yeah, you kind of have to justify. Do I?
Because you're spending your money to get that
do
product.
I eat more than 2-minute noodles this week?
Yeah.
Always eat the noodles. Should get some more.
Yes.
Oh my god, it gets worse.
Next question. Cheeseman1661 asks, do you think
You're old,
that
Cheeseman.
with the way Konami releases sets that every set should have meta warping cards, or do you think that Konami should take a moment every so often and release a set that is just boosting other decks that already exist? He says, I know that the deck builder side sets, but of lately they have been trash in how they have been handled with the card lists.
It's called
The main-
shit. Falling Smashers wasn't shit.
Yeah. Falling Smashers was fine.
The main point of this is that the last few
Just fine.
sets, Info and soon to be released Rage of the Abyss, both had meta-defying cards in the Fiendsmith engine, Jelly Hand Trappy, although this is Flapping Hand Trappy just for clarity. Misspoke. First one had Jelly Hand Trappy, now Rage of the Abyss having Flappy Hand Trappy. Do you think that Konami should take a step back and let the players breathe so the meta is able to define itself, or do you think it's likely going to constantly change at the rate that it is?
I don't even think I don't think meta-defining cards is really what, like, for every meta-defining card, there's also then a ban list that follows it, then they make a different meta-defining card.
Yeah, like the meta is ever evolving just by the nature of the game having a ban list as opposed to rotation. But
That needs to be good.
I agree to some extent that lately it has felt that, like, with every set release, the previous meta defining package or whatever it is just progresses on. Like, there's an immediate power creep most of the time. Like, Snake Eyes has been the only constant over the last few months. The rest of it, it's like Unchained had its like brief moment in the sun. Ban list / meta checked it, and then it fucked off. Azamina will probably go through the same thing. Fire King went through the same thing. Like, it's only just come back in now because Snake Eyes.
Actually, Fire King has
a little bit.
blatantly got power crept as well. Actually, I wanted that Maxi.
Could
Maybe it's going to suck.
Could you say that Rika has been the most supported deck? Besides Branded. Like, I've seen Rika more in Top Cut than what Branded has.
It's purely because you have all of the, like, Plant is one of those things that just has a whole bunch of support, and until Rika came along, there was nothing that really tied them all together. But now that you have stuff that can search the stuff that gets you the other stuff, and like everything's interconnected, it just happens now. Kind of like what happened with Adamancipator and Rock cards. There was nothing that really gave Rock cards anything until Adamancipator came out, and Adamancipator tied all the Rock support together.
Yeah. If they do let us breathe, though, we're going to whinge about how dead the game is.
Yeah, there is no perfect thing. People will whinge that, like, oh, the cards they bought 3 months ago are no longer the best cards around, And then people will whinge also that this deck's been around for 4.5 months and I'm bored. Can we have something else? And I think to an extent as well, Master Duel for the people that do play cross formats does compound that a little bit, because it's like, oh, I've just finished up at locals and I lost to Snake Eyes. Now I'm going to go home and play Master Duel and I lost to Snake Eyes. So like, you do get that double exhaustion when you're playing the both of like you're just seeing the same shit with like slight tweaks.
With Master Duel, it has come, say, close to what our format is at the moment.
Kind
Yeah, little.
Kind of. They sort of pick and choose the archetypes
Yeah.
that they want to come in first and last. And it's really weird sometimes that like some archetypes like Tier Element and Snake Eye will just come in full swing and they'll have everything, and others they'll just like randomly chunk out.
Yeah.
Some they just completely ignore for like the longest time. It's very bizarre. Yeah,
But
boy.
I do really like how much... as much as I don't like it, but I do like Master Duel being at the same thing, because I can come back, play Master Duel, and Master Duel has actually kind of helped me a lot. Just knowing how a deck
Yeah,
works.
seeing interactions is hugely helpful.
Yeah.
And then the last question from Jesse. What do we think of the new structure deck for Blue Eyes having the lottery-like QCR possibility? I don't think it's necessary.
I don't like it.
I like the idea in a vacuum of just being surprised with the 3 decks you buy, but I'm not sure that's where this is going to go.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, it depends on how lottery it is. Like, if it's Starlight level of pulling one of these things, you'll just have people buying out structure decks.
Yep.
And
Selling off the
hopping
deck.
off of the bits and pieces.
That's what they do in Weiss Schwartz, because it's the exact same. You get like a signed card in some structure decks, and now people just like buy them all out and then sell them.
Is the resale accessible, and how much in comparison to the structure decks would the...
It's not that accessible because it's Weiss Schwartz. Like they
Yeah.
normally make to demand, but there is like a secondary market just for like sealed structure decks.
Yeah.
Like,
Where it's like, oh yeah, top card isn't the QCR. It's still sealed, back in the bin you
My
go.
problem's the same as yours. If it's not guaranteed one in every single...
Which one?
I don't think it'd be guaranteed. I think in an ideal world, and even this is probably still not the best, is like one per display case. I feel like the ratios they'll be working
Still
off.
shit.
Oh yeah, it's phenomenally shit. I
Yeah.
just don't think it should happen. Like,
They already give us 10.
They should commit to the bit,
guaranteed
and
one.
every card in the deck should be QCR. It should be God decks.
The thing is like...
imagine that though. Imagine like, because the way that Texas likes to do things, every so often they just fuck up and they print entire QCR structure decks. Imagine. I don't have to imagine. They printed entire Starlight boxes. The Texans are bad at their jobs.
The tins give us a guaranteed QCR each pack. So I don't get why they can't give us a guaranteed QCR in each deck.
Yeah.
Because then we won't chase them.
It's still one
But
of
the
3.
thing is, they're a structure deck. We're not supposed to be chasing cards in structure decks.
Exactly.
You're supposed to buy 3, get what you need, other than the bits and pieces floating around, whatever.
I think you buy 3, you have the chance of getting one of each 3. Even though I think the Link ones played it more 1, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like... I don't know. I don't like it.
I don't think it's necessary for structure decks. Like, in the OCG, they've got like little boosters on the side.
No, they're in there.
They're in there?
Yeah.
Can you buy the boosters separately?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think... No.
Because they tried it for one of our starter decks, and you had Mirror Force and Dark Hole in the power up packs. It's like you could have just put this in the structure deck, but I'll take it in the power up pack. But yeah, like maybe you have the structure deck release, and then you have a tournament pack that comes with the kit, and go, here's some QCRs in there, hand them out as prizes or something. Like go that way.
Yeah, there has to be a better system than this. Because like, as nice as this is to think, oh, you pick up 3 structure decks and you pull the QCR new synchro, I just don't think it's going to interact like that. I think it's going to be, I can't buy the structure deck anywhere. People are hawking this QCR synchro for $325, and I now can't get the cards I want.
Do you reckon they upped the price of the structure deck from every other one?
Well, they have the price on there. So the price is. Do I still have the link open?
I
here?
foresee
don't.
these changes ending up in a lot of cars being left at bus stops
Yep, has happened.
and around Targets and Walmarts everywhere. It's
Oh, yeah, people
it's
just
gonna
open
be
them in the fucking store.
So from what I can work out, I think they will be sitting at the same price because it's sitting at $11.99 US.
Yeah, that
Okay,
sounds about
yeah.
right.
As,
I think
if they're
it
the
is
same price,
God, only a
Sure.
$2 increase over the last few years. They're gonna have to bump up that price again for them soon. Because,
shut up, brag.
like,
Shut up. Zip.
oh no, I'm talking about for America. For us, they've completely ignored it, and we keep getting like fucked. But for America, only a $2 increase from the original $10 price point of structured X's. That's pretty good. You Americans have it lucky. Enjoy your Texas manufacturing jobs.
Definitely not for tech issues. I'm going to do the rest of the podcast from here. Thank you all very much for listening and watching. If you are watching along, feel free to like and subscribe. If you are listening, feel free to favourite. Jump into our Discord, ask us some questions, and we'll catch you all next week. Bye.